Welcome to Socrates OnDemand. In this tutorial, we will show you our interactive text box, or ITB. We will also show you how to access our limited trial to our pro account level. Finally, we'll walk through an example question setup, show you how to create a question, post it on a website or survey, and how to collect your responses from the Socrates OnDemand dashboard. Let's start by going to Socrates OnDemand and learning a little bit about probed open-ends. At SocratesOnDemand.com, we've created a couple of brief demos so you can test drive a probed open-end. Here's an example of a probed open-end. The probed open-end works by using the language typed into the text box and creating a follow-up probe. Respondents then answer the follow-up question, providing a longer and more detailed response. The result is more complete answers beyond what typical open-ends provide. Follow-ups are created by Socrates, Quester's virtual moderator. So, when Socrates asks me about why freshness is important as I consider sushi, I can tell him it's because it tastes like the ocean. Let's go to SocratesOnDemand.com and sign up for our limited time free trial. Anyone can access Socrates OnDemand for free, but for a limited time, Quester is offering access to our Pro account, which gives you an unlimited number of questions and an unlimited number of conversations. Before you're given your login and password, we'd like to learn a bit more about you. We'll also ask for your feedback after the trial is over. Plus, if we didn't use our tool the way we'd like you to use it, we wouldn't be doing our job. Once you've completed the feedback survey, you'll receive your login and password, so you can sign into the dashboard. The dashboard gives you access to create your unique projects and questions. After logging into the dashboard, you can begin using your account. To start with, there's a quick start guide that you can access to review anything we covered in this tutorial. But let's start by creating our first project. You'll be asked to name your project. Pick something unique that helps you remember which question you're asking. A light box will open and tell you that the project creation is successful. Let's quickly review everything you can do with your project in question. Your project is saved and time-stamped so you know when you created it. Additionally, each question has some basic credentials that must be unique to each question. We track the number of conversations that you've completed, and you can create, edit, and demo your questions, as well as get the data that has been completed in that question. And you can use delete to remove test or expired survey questions. Be sure that you've downloaded all your data before you do. Now you can write your question. Your first step in creating any new project is clicking Edit to open the project. Once at this screen, you can write your question. You may think writing a question is easy. It is. Writing a good question is harder, however. Try to avoid one-word answers, yes or no questions. Try not to ask overly basic questions. Instead, encourage the customer to tell you a story about something that you really care about, or give a complete picture to what you are trying to learn. So rather than saying, "What's your favorite food?" try, "Tell me a story about the last time you really enjoyed eating your favorite food. Put me in your shoes so I can really experience what you experienced." That way, you can get a more complete story and picture from your open end. You can also adjust the advanced settings of a question. There are 4 unique settings that you can modify. The changes may require some technical knowledge and are for advanced users. For most users, modifying these settings will be unnecessary. All advanced settings are set to a standard default. The most common advanced setting that you may change is the next page action, which determines what will happen after a conversation is complete. For more advanced users, you can call a JavaScript function. For everyday users, you may want the page where the question is shown to redirect to a web page or URL when the conversation is complete. Additionally, you may want to change what the display message reads once the question is complete, such as "Please continue" in a survey, or "Thanks for your feedback" in a comment box on a website. Click Save, and your settings are complete. Let's look at placing our questions within a website. In this example, a simple blog post. We can take the question that I've created here and click the code icon. In a light box, some HTML code is generated to place into the page you're looking to use. More advanced users can also modify the code. Then you simply move to your website or blog posting, paste the code within a box, and then click View Post. Now let's move to a survey platform. Again, go back to the Lightbox and Socrates OnDemand and copy the HTML code from the box. In this survey platform, you simply add a question and select your question type. In most platforms, a descriptive text or image question type exists where you can place HTML. Select that option and insert your HTML. Save your changes, and voila, Socrates OnDemand is in your survey. Let's go get our data. By clicking on data, we can then download the responses from the open-ends. Open-ends are stored within your given project, and you can select responses from various date ranges. You can also select different file types. The most straightforward is an Excel output. However, we've also created an instant review report, where you're allowed to look at individual transcripts collected from the individual question. In this example, we see a story about sushi and eating a Chuck Norris roll. Delicious. Excel outputs are easily downloaded. Each row represents a respondent, and each column contains various pieces of information, including the questions asked and the responses. This has been a brief introduction to Socrates OnDemand. Please sign up for our limited time free trial of our Pro account and begin to learn even more from your customers. Thank you.